Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 899. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Chris. What's up, Chris?
What's up, everyone?
Okay, so this story I've been dying to talk about because, and I've been saying it, watch it when you see the numbers of the comic books, because Marvel is making a lot of bad decisions, I would say, right, Chris? I mean,
yeah.
What do you feel some of them are? I mean, it's when you start replacing all your heroes, it's Well, let's just let's let the numbers. Okay, let me just bring up a few things. One, I have a problem, a big problem, and I'm not alone with this whole mentality that if a superhero has a girlfriend, that the girlfriend has to be a superhero or become a superhero or be worthy. So in the case of Thor's girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, because she's worthy to be Thor's girlfriend, she's worthy to hold the hammer. I don't agree with that. But that doesn't stop there, though. Falcon is going out with Misty Knight. If you know who Misty Knight is from like Luke Cage and Iron Fist and stuff like that. So something happened, he goes away, and she's like, well, I'm his girlfriend. I'm going to be Captain America for a little while. So she puts on the suit, she kicks the bad guys' butts, and she's Captain America. Just for one issue, which is crazy. What's going on here? So like everybody that has a girlfriend doesn't need to be a superhero. And I thought the whole thing about superheroes is that they're unique. Like we were talking about this, right? I said flat out that Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme, the book where they have like 100 sorcerers or 10 sorcerers or whatever supreme from different time periods, I said that's going to bomb. Well, guess what? It bombed. It's in like 99th place. And that's what I'm trying to say. They don't understand. I don't want to see Hulks. I don't want to see Thors, right? As it is, we saw Spider-Verse. I was okay with that, okay? But you got to stop copying off of yourself. It's not interesting if you're on a whole planet with like thousands of Thors with thousands of hammers. It's not interesting. Nobody wants that. And now they're turning Steve Rogers. First it was that he was going to be bad. Remember, Chris?
Yeah.
Hydra, right? Now they're thinking about turning him into like a Hitler type, worse than the Red Skull. And this is why Miles Morales kills him, which they ruined another character, Miles Morales. Because Miles Morales is going to be a murderer. And not only does Miles Morales kill supposedly Captain America, but he kills She-Thor and all these Avengers, and he's standing with a shield like this. What's that about? So again, may not happen, but you kind of ruin the characters. And everybody likes Spider-Gwen. The moment she gets into a romance with Miles Morales, people are not happy with that because, she's in love with Peter Parker, not because he's Spider-Man, but it's like, come on, so she's got to be in love with every person that has Spider-Man abilities? That doesn't make any sense either. By the way, let's go over the numbers. Did you want to say anything, Chris?
To be honest with you, I don't read the comics. I just go off of what I read on here. So it doesn't really bother me as much as it does someone like you who's kept up with this stuff.
Right.
From my perspective as someone who doesn't read them, I wouldn't want to get into any of these comics, to be honest with you, because they sound so convoluted and so strange that it's like, when I want to read about Captain America, let's say I wanted to read Captain America, right?
Right.
I would pick up the comic expecting to see Steve Rogers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I picked up a comic and I saw like 4 different Captain Americas, I'd be like, okay, this isn't what I want to read, and I'd put it back.
Right.
If I wanted to read like Thor, and I picked it up and it was Jane Foster, I'd be like, that's not Thor.
Right.
And you could do that not just with Marvel characters, but like with any character. And I think something needs to be said. DC is actually doing a really good job with their comics. Like, as weird as they may be recently, they're getting people in to read them. You know what I'm saying? You don't pick up a comic book and see 19 Batmans, There's one Batman. If they do another Batman, it's like Batman Beyond, which is its own story, which is fine.
And that's coming
but
back.
There's not like 12 Batmans, at the same time.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
if you think about it, we have a comic book, right? Captain America, Sam Wilson, right? meaning the Falcon is Captain America, right? Then you got Captain America Steve Rogers. Steve Rogers is Captain America. There was one thing that Luke Cage and Jessica Jones' daughter from the future is Captain America stuck in our time period. That's 3, okay? Misty Knight, 4, right? Now you got USA Avengers came out today, which I didn't even go there. I didn't even want to see. Supposedly, it's the most multi-covers in history. I think like 50 because of 50 states or something. And I'm like, it's going to be the biggest bomb in history. So there's actually many Captain Americas and Iron Man in it, and it makes no sense. I remember the Armor Wars in the Iron Man storyline where he didn't want anybody else to be like Iron Man. He stole his technology. But now you got like so many running around. So let's just go over this, okay? I'm going to screen share this, and we're just going to pick it apart, basically. All right. And again, this is not a personal thing for any individual writer. It's a thing to wake people up. If somebody says, "Oh, my book's in the top 10 from Marvel," you could look at this and you could check now, and you could say, "No, you're not." Number 1 is Batman, issue 10. Number 2 is Batman, issue 11. Yes, Marvel has Civil War too. Okay, but then you got number 4 is All-Star Batman. Now, Invincible Iron Man is in there, not the Doctor Doom one, okay? This is the one where I guess the girl becomes Iron Man, right? Which is called Ironheart. But they call the book Iron Man, whatever. And this is a telling thing. The 6th one is Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows. Now, if you didn't know what this was, okay, a lot of Spider-Man fans, before the deal with the devil, okay, Spider-Man was married to Mary Jane. She was supposed to have another kid. And that's this kid, Annie, right? Because that named after Aunt Anna, which is her Aunt Anna, like whatever. So basically, fans never accepted the deal. A lot of them didn't. And it's funny how an alternate reality Spider-Man book is number 6.
Sure.
And not the actual Amazing Spider-Man book. That's embarrassing, kind of. Number 7, Batman Annual. Everybody loves Batman lately. Number 8, Venom, because, now we have a new person that's Venom. So people are interested in that, but that's going to probably drop off. Walking Dead, that's right there, okay? And Inhumans versus X-Men, which, number 0, I guess, which, people are just getting because of that. Avengers, okay. Justice League, Batman again, Star Wars. But basically, where the hell is Marvel, really? Marvel used to have a dominant force in the top 20, okay? Now, look, this is telling right here, Chris. The original Thor has a book, which is embarrassing title, Unworthy Thor, which is, if not for nothing, I go crazy with that. I'm like, what the F is this, right?
Sure.
The person that makes you tons of money, you shit on. And you call him unworthy. But you know what's great? That Unworthy Thor is in 18th place. And right here, you can't even find Thor comic. You know where it is? Beyond down the list. Okay? So now let's just go to Spider-Man. Okay? Spider-Man makes Spider-Man 23. Again, not in the top 10. Like Amazing Spider-Man Renew Your Vows, which is an alternate reality. And Ghost Rider 32, Thanos. Now here's the thing. Most of Marvel's things are getting below 50. Old Man Logan. That tells me that people are just not into the alternate reality Wolverine. Where is the real Wolverine? Okay? What else do we have? Okay, here's the thing. Doctor Doom is Iron Man, right?
Yeah.
65th place. Where's that tell you? They don't like it.
Doesn't sound like many people are reading it.
Spider-Man, which is Miles Morales' title, okay, but he has the name Spider-Man, which confuses the crap out of people. Guess what? And again, nothing against Miles Morales, 68th place. Deadpool, Doctor Strange, and look, Jane Foster's 71st place. Look at that. Look at that. That's telling right there. X-Men, which used to be in the top 20 all the time, 77th place. X-Men Annual, 82. Oh, my God, the all-new Wolverine. Nobody likes her, or not that many, excuse me, to be politically correct. Not that many, because 81st place. Ultimates, you know what? They killed off the Ultimate line for a reason, and people weren't into it as much. They're in 84th place. Daredevil, man, this is bad. Moon Knight, X-Men, you know? And what is 99? Doctor Strange, Sorcerer Supreme. And Great Lakes Avengers, which is a mock-up of that old thing. And look at Spider-Gwen. What the hell happened to her? She was the hottest commodity. Now she's 101 place. Look at Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, what the hell is happening with Marvel? New Avengers, totally awesome. Hulk is not awesome. It's 120th place. You know what this tells everybody? Bring the original Iron Man back. Bring the original Hulk back. Bring Captain America. Where's Captain America? Have we seen him? No. Captain America.
Civil War too.
Captain America, Sam Wilson. That's the Falcon, right? 122nd place. They don't like the Falcon as Captain America, I guess. You may say, oh, maybe it's just 1 month, Matrixlord. All right, let's come back next month and see. Oh, Steve Rogers, I'm sorry. Captain America, Steve Rogers, 49th place. That's not anything to be proud of, I think. I wouldn't be going on Twitter, oh, man, my book is great. You know, that's embarrassing to me. What else? Spider-Man 2099, 136th place? Damn. X-Men 92, Spider-Woman. Look at this, Chris. Spidey. I mean, it's embarrassing, man.
Well, I mean, I don't know what they were expecting. Like, if they thought all of these were going to be good. I mean,
it's just
when you change characters this much, you know, you expect people to read it. You know, I don't know,
man. It's just, you know. I mean, you know, maybe Marvel's proud, I guess, that, you know. And this is another thing, Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. They made this girl the smartest girl in the Marvel Universe. Nobody gives a crap. 187th place. 187th place, who cares? They're doing this thing this month, Chris. I didn't even want to go in there. Remember we were talking about it, that they're copying off of Godzilla. They did a test run. Remember?
Yeah.
Godzilla with the American flag on or something.
Yeah.
And that was a test run for them doing a big storyline. They're basically stealing or copying, excuse me, or I'm sorry, hypothetically speaking, it looks like they're copying off of Godzilla and all his monsters, like King Kong and all his monsters, and all his other monsters growing up. Because you have to, this is the whole month. They said, oh, let's do Pacific Rim or something, you know, and then all of a sudden they come out of this thing and all the heroes got to fight them.
Well, you know, I'm looking at something here. What place was Doctor Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme in for November?
99th.
Okay, you want to know what's really crazy? I'm looking at October 2016. It was in 3rd place. That's how much it dropped.
Yeah.
A month.
Oh, that's a good idea. Let's go to October.
I don't know. If you look in October, Marvel barely has anything in the top 10. They've got, I think, 2 or 3 books.
It's embarrassing, man. Let's see. All right, so October. That's a good idea, Chris. October. What the hell? Big Trouble in Little China, Escape New York. That's not even Marvel Wood, right? Champions, which I didn't even see Champions in that other list. That was Champions #1 was #2. Wow.
Going back into September, they only have 1 book, Civil War 2, in the top 10.
And Clone Conspiracy, which is the Spider-Man storyline, that was #11. So it wasn't even in the top 10. And Infamous Iron Man debuted at 23. And Amazing Spider-Man's 24. And 29. And Jessica Jones 22. And I didn't even see Jessica Jones in the next. Let's see.
Well, I just went back just for the fun of it. I went to September 2006. Marvel has
2006.
Yeah.
Not 16.
No.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books in the top 10.
Yeah, that's 10 years ago.
10 years ago.
Yeah. And this is the problem. They don't understand. They have people making decisions in Marvel, and I mean, and here's the thing. And I have no problem with the female characters. I said they should make new female characters, right? You've heard me say that But I didn't say make the whole damn Avengers team like females. How do you have it that you have Thor's a female, there'll be a Captain America that's a female, Iron Man that's a female, everybody's a damn female. They were doing gender swaps. I mean, Star-Lord. Why is Hawkeye a female? Who is that? Kate Bishop? What the hell is that? No, man. And don't insult the fans, okay? In the Marvel Universe, you should have one character called Spider-Man. Because you mean to tell me that when they call Spider-Man and Miles Morales shows up, I mean, he has definitely a different color suit, right? Mm-hmm. They're going to just say, oh, one of the Spider-Men? How do you distinguish them? You know, I mean, that's just not, I don't like it that multiple characters are called the same name. Marvel has no problem with that. I have a problem with that. I don't understand it.
I mean, go to January of 2016 and look at how many books Marvel has in the top 10. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, they almost own all of the top 10.
Yeah, they fell apart like
dramatically. Yeah, I mean,
bad. And it's not just because DC had DC Rebirth, okay? Marvel is basically, and I told you, they flipped the wheel, rapid change instantly. You didn't give people time to adapt. So guess what? Thor's got to go, or else you're going to have to cancel her. You got to give Thor back his hammer. Goodbye. Think of something else.
I mean, to play devil's advocate, right? Could they bounce back from this? Yes. Next month or this month or whatever, they could have a huge thing with these books and be all in the top 10, and then okay, we're wrong. But it doesn't look like it.
Is anybody excited that She-Hulk is no longer called She-Hulk, but she's a gray, masculine-looking Hulk? Does anybody care that she's called Hulk? Not really. I don't think it's going to be number 1 or in the top 10. I think it's a mistake. You're trying to make her something she's not. That's not. I don't care what happened in Civil War 2. And first of all, there shouldn't have been a Civil War 2. It's called trying to make money off of an old storyline, just like.
Well, yeah, you knew when Civil War came out, you knew they were going to do something.
Right, I know. But you know what? They never made an Act of Vengeance 2. That was a good storyline from back in the day.
Well, no, but there wasn't a huge movie about that.
Right.
You know, when you get a huge, like, watch when Justice League comes out, they'll do something huge with Justice League in the comics. You know, they'll do something crazy.
Right.
But I'll say this: knowing DC's record with comics right now, they'll probably do something really good.
And I think things are going to get worse for Marvel. And one of my biggest concerns is Spider-Man. Because, I guess, we're going to have to wait and see. But Thor, they're all in bad situations. Again, when the original Thor sells better than actual Thor now, that's got to tell you something. Maybe you need to do something that people want. I mean, and another thing that bothers me too is that whole Jane Foster thing. She has cancer, and what are you going to do? You're going to kill off She-Thor? Well, probably, right? They did that already with Captain Marvel. So you're repeating a storyline, basically. And you're not doing anything original. And nobody's going to care about it. Nobody, honestly, She-Thor dies, no one's going to care about it like they did with Captain Marvel. They're not, because they're going to see that it's a copy, and people are just not, I mean, obviously they don't care about the comic now. And again, they're most, and again, I don't understand it. And you know what, Chris, it could be too? Why are you bashing your fans on Twitter?
Well, okay. I mean, some fans deserve it.
Yes.
Because they go a little too far. So I'm not going to, defend everybody. But, if someone comes to you and says, I don't like this idea, why are you doing this? And you start, railing on them as an author,
right.
As a professional, it's not very professional.
Right.
Just because someone has a different opinion than you. But you know what? That's not just, Marvel writers or anything. That's everybody now. Anybody who has a different opinion, they're automatically wrong and they get cursed out. I mean, how many times have we seen it because we share a different opinion, right? In the comment section of these own videos, we get people railing on us because we have a different opinion. It's like, get over yourself. Your opinion is not right just because you have a different opinion.
Yeah, that whole Mary Jane thing, right? were like, no, Zendaya doesn't look like Mary Jane. You know, and we got shit for it, remember? I mean, Marvel even lied and said that she was Mary Jane.
Well, to be fair, I think a lot of people jumped the gun with that. I really do. I think a lot of sites jumped the gun and said, she's Mary Jane. And it was like, okay, you know. But you know, again, but here's my thing. If she's not playing Mary Jane, how come Marvel didn't come out and say, don't worry, she's not playing Mary Jane?
Right.
Like,
why? Because they wanted the hype.
Right away.
They wanted the hype. They wanted people talking about it. Even the Amazing Spider-Man writer came out and started, you know. It's like, anybody that doesn't like her as Mary Jane is no friend of ours or something. All right.
It's like, okay, then we won't go see your movie.
Right, thanks. I just want to get your books. How about that? Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to see a movie where Peter Parker makes a deal with the devil and erases his 21 years of marriage to Mary Jane to save his 99-year-old aunt. Yeah, that's called ego and irresponsibility. But anyway, I'll never get my way with that unless I write it myself. Never be fixed. Ever. Unless I do it myself working for them. But biggest tragedy. I tell you. So, look, I don't want Marvel to drop the ball and get worse and worse and worse, but there's a reason why people are doing articles that they're in dire straits. You know, eventually, if you have crappy comics, you know, they're not going to be able to take any movie stories from you. They're just going to have to use the old stuff.
Or they'll make their own. Because a lot of the stuff that they've done in the movies that hasn't been in the comics has been good.
Right.
You know, most of the changes that they've made in movies have been good. You know, there's been a few that haven't been good. Mandarin. But, you know, I got to admit, though, you know what it is? Not that I have to admit, but I have to say, I think we're in an era where you're caught in between two factions. You've got the faction that wants to keep everything and respect the source material and make subtle changes to make it their own, but you respect the source material, right?
Right.
Then you have the other faction that's like, let's change it and change it and change it and see. Like on here, we always say it's okay to take risks.
Yeah.
But when you take a risk, it's not we're going to jump off the cliff with no like harness or something. It's, well, let's put a little thing out there and see how it goes. Then you do again. You keep pushing until you push too far, and then you come back. And that might be what they're doing. But the problem is I feel like they're pushing too far, and then when people say no, they push more.
Right.
And it's like, wait, we just said no. And they're like, well, here's something else that's different. And it's like, when you do that, there's going to be people that push back and say, no, I don't like this. And then what happens is when those people say that, the people making the product go, well, we don't want your business.
Eventually.
But these are the people that built the foundation that you're changing.
Yeah. If you're being told by someone to cancel the Fantastic Four and kill like all the mutants, which basically put you on the map in the first place. I mean, do you ever hear the expression Marvel's first family? Well, Marvel killed their first Fantastic Four. Just thinking that would hurt the Fantastic Four movie. Listen, they didn't even need to cancel the book because it hurt itself. But you like, how are they allowed to just make sure that they lose money purposely? I mean, Wolverine is encased in this adamantium prison statue thing, right? And they could be making so much money right now, right? So what do? Oh, let's use the female clone Wolverine, right? That ain't working. So what do you do from Secret Wars? You take other Wolverines from different realities. Old Man Logan. So now you got two Wolverines in the Marvel Universe, and it's not the original, and it still isn't working. So why don't you just bring back Wolverine? What is the problem? Same thing with Thor, She-Thor. It ain't working. Goodbye. Send her away, man. Captain America is not an evil bastard. And when you're writing the book where it's political and it's not even action, and all you see on a cover is a superhero thinking, I don't give a shit about stuff like that, okay? I wouldn't read Captain America to have debates and shit. Say politics, You shouldn't even have politics in the comics. You want to see Captain America beat the shit out of like the Red Skull or something, right? Or the Serpent Society or Baron Zemo or Taskmaster.
Well, I don't mind having politics in them if they're not
fucking talking for issues.
If they're not slanted to one side. Like I'm okay with them bringing up political issues, but it's so slanted that it's not even funny. It's like it's not even politics. It's more like propaganda.
Right.
You know, it's not even, you know.
Like people are like, they're like, oh, remember I said I'm not going to buy the one where we said Hail Hydra, remember that?
Mm-hmm.
I never did.
Yeah.
And people are like, you got to Matrixlord. You know, you got to see for yourself. No, I know what it is.
See, that's the thing. That's the trap that people fall into. And it happens all the time. This is why I didn't go see Batman versus Superman.
Right.
This is why I didn't go see Fantastic Four. This is why I didn't go see Terminator Genesis. Why? Because that mentality of I have to see it for myself. If everything that's out there is telling you that you're not going to like it, why would you go see it?
Because then you're giving them money to make it that way permanently.
Right. Because if you go into the theater and you'd seen trailers and marketing and synopsises and everything is telling you, I'm probably not going to like this movie. After you hand them the money and they give you your ticket, it's too late.
It's over.
After you give them the money and they give you the book, it's too late. You can complain all you want online, but they have your money. So you know what they're going to do? Sequels. Let's milk this till the... That's why when I saw Doomsday in the trailer, I was like, I'm not going.
He looks like an abomination.
Guess what? I saw the movie on my movie channels a couple of days ago, and I didn't like it. But they didn't get my money because I get those movie channels for free. So, you know.
Right.
Thank you, Verizon, by the way. But
yeah, it's been playing every day, basically. And Shin Goju, you don't like it either, right?
No. That's why I didn't go see it.
I mean, I'm glad I got to see it before Christmas, but I was just like, the hell?
But that's the thing. And you know, it's the Transformers argument. That's what I call it. It's like there are people that rail on these movies, right? And then the trailer comes. We're on movie 5, okay? The trailer comes out, and they're like, "Oh, it looks like shit. I'm not going to see it. It's a Michael Bay movie." And then they go see it.
Right.
And it's like, what's the matter with you? Like, if you don't like it, why are you going? Unless you have like a free ticket or something, which aren't even free most of the time.
Right. They're not. Somehow, whatever. I don't know, man. I mean, I would, back in the day, I would run on a Wednesday to the comic book store, you know? Just to see what's out, you know? Now I look to see what's out and I don't want to go there. I'm like, ugh, it makes me sick. Do you need to have like so many covers like that for, and how stupid is that? A hero in every state? The USA Avengers? How corny is that?
Somebody's got to protect the great state.
It's stupid. Oh, Mr. Fantastic uses the Omni power that he defeated Dr. Doom, and he gives him a nose. So now he learns his lesson. And he'll be a good guy now because he has a nose. Wow. I don't know what's worse. I don't know what's worse. Your mom and my mom's name Martha, or always got a nose for these things. Wow. Great job with that, Marvel. You gave him a nose. And can I spoil? I'm going to spoil Civil War 2, by the way, right?
Yeah, nobody cares.
At
least I don't.
Wow. Tony Stark is the first human to evolve. That is, wow. So, in other words, he's not dead, but he's not alive, but he is alive, but he's evolving. Why? What are you going to say? Oh, he don't need to make armor anymore because he's just going to make his body like that? So his body consciousness is out of his body, and whatever, is he a mutant now? Or whatever, until he heals his body back? Or something. Listen, you know what? Please. They started doing weird shit when they copied off a Superior Spider-Man and they called it Superior Iron Man, and he had a fucking alien symbiote, or whatever the fuck it was, for making armor.
Oh, yeah, wasn't it like that silver suit?
Yeah, and I'm like, what? No. You know, and he was evil, actually. He was evil because of a spell that turned villains into heroes and heroes into villains, which is weird. So Carnage was a super good guy. I don't know.
Oh,
Don't
great.
ask me what the fuck that means. And that was the thing when Red Skull ate Professor X's brains and became Onslaught. Whatever. I don't know. Even that shit. If they ever have a writer say, wouldn't it be cool? Just kick him out of the building.
That's we should have a graphic
Wouldn't it be
that comes
cool?
up on the screen that says, "Wouldn't it be cool?"
Wouldn't
Because
it be
I feel like we
cool?
say that so much now. That's basically what it is.
That's the name of our next show, Chris. The next show, we're gonna have a show, a podcast called "Wouldn't It Be Cool?" And then we'll do the thing. Episode 1, Hulk, She-Hulk. No, and that's what it's gonna be. That's what it's gonna be. Wouldn't it be cool? Because that's what these guys do. They're like, wouldn't it be cool if Cyclops became the Phoenix and he killed Professor X? No, it wouldn't be cool. No, it wouldn't be cool. And listen to this. Wouldn't it be cool if Wolverine was the headmaster of not Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters, but Jean Grey's School for Gifted Youngsters, and Cyclops is like the Magneto to Professor X Wolverine. So they're in those roles. Wouldn't it be cool to have a Cyclops as a villain? And he's like Magneto, and Wolverine's like Professor X? No. Wolverine's an animal. He's scratching himself sometimes. He's berserker rage. He's not a head. He's not a teacher. No, he's not a head. He's not Professor X role. No.
Wait, Joe,
No.
wouldn't it be cool if we had an American version of Godzilla, and he had the American flag painted across his chest and his forehead, and we called him the American Kaiju?
Yeah.
And
No.
he fights Pacific Rim monsters?
No.
Wouldn't that be cool?
No, it wouldn't be. No. Sorry. Wouldn't it be cool if, you know how we got Sorcerer Supreme? How we have Sorcerer Supreme? No. It wouldn't be cool.
Hey, wouldn't it be cool if we turned Donald Trump into a MODOK?
No. Right? What's even better, right? Wouldn't it be cool if Nick Fury became the Watcher and he lived on the moon? No.
We can be here for hours with this.
He is now. He's the Watcher. Forget about he's an army person. He's tough. He curses, whatever. He's like they put a thing on him like Yoda or something like the Hood, and he's like in the darkness, and he's like the Watcher. What the fuck is that? What are you doing? They're like, oh yeah, wouldn't it be cool if we'll just say that, Black Nick Fury from the Ultimates is because he slept around. It's like, what? Why? So we can introduce an Asian Nick Fury next year? I mean, like, really? That's crazy.
Hey, where's the female, like Nikki Fury or something like that?
Right. Wouldn't it be cool if we made Gwen Stacy a Deadpool character? We'll call it Gwenpool, and then we change it to make it that she's part of our universe, reading about the comic books, and she's like a Harley Quinn. And she goes to the Marvel universe and there's all this secrets. No. Wouldn't it be cool? No. Sorry. Would it be cool if Deadpool was Howard the Duck? No. Sorry. Would it be cool if Hawkeye was a woman called Kate Bishop? No. Not really. Wouldn't it be cool if Luke Cage and Jessica Jones' kid is Captain America? In the future? No. Sorry. You go on and on and on. It doesn't end. This is what happens. They go on this treat, and that's what they say. The moment a writer says, wouldn't it be cool, smack him across the effing face. Smack him. Smack the shit out of him. Because
at least you have to hear his idea out, but you always have to be ready. You have to be ready. You have to hear their idea out. Like, if they say something that's actually a good idea, then it's like, all right, good job. But if they say something crazy, then it's like, no, that wouldn't be cool. Actually, that's a terrible idea, and we're not going to put it in the book or the movie or the show.
Wouldn't it be cool if Iceman was really gay? No. Sorry. Because the original is not, and he said he's not, so what are you talking about? Wouldn't it be cool if Carnage was a good guy? No, not really. He's a murdering psychopath. that kills for no reason. And now he's going to hug babies.
Even
No.
before he got the symbiote, too.
He was an evil bastard, Cletus Cassidy. No. Sorry. It would be cool if Hobgoblin's not a good guy either. No. No, sorry. Would it be cool if Aunt May got married to J. Jonah Jameson's father? No. Sorry, no.
After sleeping with Otto Octavius.
And that J. Jonah Jameson and Peter Parker become stepbrothers.
Yeah, no.
Think about that one for a minute. No. No. That's freaky. Yeah. Marvel even put a book out, and I want to whisper it because it's so embarrassing. Where, and I got scared. Aunt May was like in her 20s, and she's ripping open a condom, and she's like, "Face it, Tiger, you hit the jackpot." And they were trying to say that she's really Spider-Man's mother, that she cheated and with Richard Parker, Ben's brother, and I'm like, what? Yeah, people had a fit when that happened. A fit. So, wouldn't it be cool? Don't say it. Don't spray it. Don't say it. Don't even think it.
Seriously, we have to get that graphic made. So wouldn't it be cool? And it could just show up.
Oh, God.
Every time it shows up, it could be in the background. It could be like you going, "Ah, shit."
Wouldn't it be cool if She-Hulk didn't look feminine? She looked masculine because she's pissed off and she's gray? No. No. How could you say yes to those things? That's weird. This stuff is so bad you can't even make this shit up.
No, you know.
You can't fucking make this shit up.
You know what it is? It's again, like we said before, it's that faction that says, we're going to change everything up and this is how it's going to be from now on. And it'll happen again. Like this stuff will be the norm, and then like years from now will be another time, and they'll change everything up then. And the people who grew up with this stuff will say, "No, that's not cool." It's just the way things go.
It's the dark age of comics. It's the dark age of comics. Wouldn't it be cool if the Hulk was a teenager and it was like Shazam, but only he's a teenager and he's North Korean, and he's like totally. He says, "Dude." He's like, "Dude," and that's his trademark. The Hulk looks like a Korean samurai, and he's like, "Dude." No.
Korean samurai. That's all types of backwards.
I'm sorry, Korean sumo, whatever he looks like.
That's backwards too.
Whatever. I don't know. Whatever the hell it is. Jesus. I don't know. Did you see the pictures of him?
I've seen it before, yeah.
I don't know what they're trying to do.
But every time I see it, though, I'm like, but what is the point of this? Like, what can he do that Bruce Banner can't?
It isn't that anything with the conflict if he can't control it. It's that he can completely control it. And he's like having the time of his life. Look, dude, I'm with this bodacious babe. Now I'm the totally awesome Hulk.
Oh,
like,
that's
no,
just dumb.
No. Sorry.
I wouldn't pick that up. Like, I'm technically a new customer of these things. I wouldn't read that.
Or Ghost Rider that's a driver of a car. I told you, I got that issue, and I don't want it in my house. I was trying to give it away like this garbage. Wouldn't it be cool? And you know what? This day and age, you shouldn't even try a comic that's like $5 or $4 or $3, right? I mean, they're mostly like $4 or $5, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're going to just think if you're wrong. You lost $5. $5. That adds up, mind you. Adds up. You get 3 wrong comics, that's a pie. A pizza pie. And I would know what, pizza pies cost there. So. But I tell you, there's nothing like the classics. I tell you, somebody was selling The Amazing Spider-Man #3. First appearance of Doc Ock. I heard they wanted like $450 for it. I'm like, it's like, I would love to have all those books, Chris? That stuff would be cool. But this stuff, I wouldn't pay. God. Wouldn't it be cool? No. I still can't believe they made Trump a MODOK. I'm surprised they didn't get to sue the shit out of them. Like, I'm surprised you just didn't. Maybe you don't even know.
What can you do?
All right, guys. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye for now.